Today on the channel, we got the scariest figure that was ever put to plastic with Jovi NECA Ultimate unboxing and review.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here for a truly frightening Halloween unboxing. As today, put the kids to bed, they don't need to see this. It's Jon Bon Jovi NECA Ultimate Edition. But for all your Jon Bon Jovi needs, the garbage. But for everything else under the sun, hit up jaystoysandgames.com, use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15%. Gotta get a deal out there. And we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel with a twist. As we're going to take a look at the packaging. I'm going to try not to puke. We're going to unbox it. We're going to try not to puke. And we're going to see where it goes from there. As longtime viewers of the channel know, I'm not a Bon Jovi guy. Him and like Winger and some of those other bands that get kind of put in that little hole of 80s hair metal bands. But I like a lot of hair metal. I like a lot of heavy metal. Bon Jovi is not heavy metal. They are not what I'm looking for. And you know why I say it on the channel all the time. You like what you like. You don't what you don't. I don't like Bon Jovi. I don't like him as a person either. I know, I hate to say it, but I don't. You hear him in interviews, he's so full of himself, and he just always makes himself sound like he's such a great guy when really he's not a great guy. He's had some business dealings of the past that just rub me the wrong way. They get put under the radar. I'm just not a Bon Jovi guy. I'm just not. And today, unfortunately, for Halloween, we got a spooky one, perfect for the Halloween season. It is the Jon Bon Jovi NECA Ultimate figure, and this is probably going to scare some kids. And as I said, put those kids to bed, as I'm just not a Bon Jovi guy once again, and we'll probably talk about it throughout this video, but let's dive into it here. Let's see what's going on with one Jon Bon Jovi, if that is his real name, which it is not. There you go. But there it is, Bon Jovi. What does it say? New Jersey? All the pride of New Jersey? Who do you New Jerseyans like better, Bruce Springsteen or Jon Bon Jovi? Now, I don't really care for either of them a whole lot, but I would have to go Springsteen, obviously. But more like it, you know who I'm going? I'm going with Overkill. That's the best band out of New Jersey. Shout out to Bobby Blitz and the boys. I do like the denim, though, and then you got the, little biker feel here. Is Bon Jovi in a biker gang? Oh, it's slippery when wet. I will say the only Bon Jovi song I actually really enjoy is Runaway, and that was like one of the early songs, and he didn't even have the band on it. I don't even think he was all on that, so shenanigans aplenty once again. But man, I remember as a kid watching MTV, and part of the reason I hate Bon Jovi's music so much is like, there was that song, Lay Me Down on a Bed of Roses. I mean, the true sellout. He went away from the rock and stuff. He said, oh my gosh, these moms in their 20s and 30s, they're loving me. I better jump over and kind of feed to that audience. And it's a form of selling out, but he'd tell you I sold out all the way to the bank because he's a multi-millionaire. So I guess he's doing something right if that is your thing. But you know what? Lemmy drank all of his beer and snuck in and took it all once upon a time. So shout out to the great Lemmy once upon a time once again. But I do like the packaging design here, so I'm gonna be as positive as I can. Bon Jovi Slippery When Wet tour, and oh my gosh, Todd and Farley, I don't know what to say about that. There's jokes in that, but I'm gonna leave it there. Bon Jovi looking like only like a Bon Jovi could look on the side of the package here. Kind of looks like everybody's aunt back in the 80s is what it looks like to me. Slippery When Wet tour over there, so slippery, so wet, of course. On the back, got some glamour shots, got a little bit of a blurb. Let's see what it says about our friend Jon Bon Jovi. With their bigger is better approach to rock and roll. Really? Bon Jovi changed the landscape with their release of their seminal album, Slippery When Wet. The rest is history, Todd McFarlane, and I wish it was ancient history. But let's be honest, do we ever hear anybody talk about like the greatest albums of all time? Does anybody ever say, Slippery When Wet? Oh, don't forget that one. I don't hear it in the conversation. Includes guitar, microphone and stand, interchangeable hands, and faceplates. Oh, just like real life for Bon Jovi. It's like a trip to the plastic surgeon. 2023 Bon Jovi Productions. I don't know about this one here. Very interesting. But a lot of accessories you could use with other toy lines if you wanted to. Looking interesting here. Looking very interesting. I don't know. We're going to see what all the fuss is about. Ooh, it's a spooky Halloween. A spooky Halloween. Ages 14 and up, you 13-year-olds, you can't handle Bon Jovi. You should try to keep it that way is what I would say. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic John Bon Jovi prison right there. Got the faceplates, got the guitar, got the hands, got the mic stand. We're ready to rock and roll, strut and stroll, maybe with Bon Jovi. I'm going to take this offline, get him out of the package. We'll be back talking all things John Bon Jovi. All right, we got John Bon Jovi out of the package. Let's dive in. Let's start with the accessories. Let's start with the microphone and stand. Here for that, the microphone not removable here, a white stand. Got the little ends down there. Almost looks like a coat hanger rack is what it looks like to me. But white and black attack. Ready to sing all those classic Bon Jovi hits. Oh, we all want to hear that. Now, extra hands here. Very cool out of the packaging. You do get a hand with a pick. So you get the pick hand for the guitar. You also get a gripping hand. You also get another gripping hand and another gripping hand. So choose your own gripping hand adventure. Are we sure this mic does not come out? It does not seem to be. But it looks like he's got the mic holding hands there. But the microphone does not come out. That is a bit of a miss. You got a musician. He wants to take it off here and serenade some ladies from the front row. We know what Bon Jovi does. Takes that scarf off, puts it on the girls. It's like a classic Neil Diamond is what he is. Who knows? Who knows? But we do get that going on with him. We do get a guitar. It looks to be a Strat, a black Strat here. Not a lot of guitar out of Bon Jovi. They leave that for Richie Sambora. Who is it? Phil X now or something? Once again, I think Richie's out of the band, and I know that's put a divide in the Bon Jovi fan base, I am sure. But interesting looking here. I do like the Strat. A perfect one if you want to use with something else if you want to. We don't get a ton of different guitars, ones that look just like a Strat. Obviously, it doesn't say Stratocaster, Fender, or anything like that on here. You got to dance around those copyrights here, but looks good. It is not plugged in, which does lead us to believe Todd McFarlane, he's playing the tracks the whole time. I don't know. And Bon Jovi just recently announced a tour. How he's going to do that with his voice has been gone since he started. It's even more gone now is what I'm hearing. We'll see where that goes in the future. My concert list is filling up pretty good for next year. We got Iron Maiden, we got Megadeth, we got Rush, and all points in between. Don't think I'm going to be seeing Bon Jovi on his tour. But now we're diving into John Bon Jovi, and he's got that big 80s hair going on. Brown hair here. Man, it's crazy. Looks like anybody's hairdo from Cinderella, Winger, any of those bands of the time frame. Motley Crue as well. And I don't hate hair metal. I like a lot of hair metal bands, but not my cup of tea of favorite kind of metal bands, obviously. But it does look like his hair, his face, a little bit maybe scared. Maybe somebody walked in on him in the dressing room and he was doing something they didn't want him to be doing, maybe something like that. He does got that little look, very plasticky, very just stoic, just very, right there, caught in frame. 2 eyes, no ears, a nose and a mouth is what it is. Now, he does got a faceplate here. You get a little bit of open mouth, which looks really creepy without being on his face. Should just pop off, like a young Art the Clown here. And right here, it looks like from Terrence and Phillips. He must have went from Canada here is what's going on. It looks like South Park with a wig on is what it looks like with Terrence and Phillips. So maybe I'll leave that head there. That might look better. Who knows? But we're going to put that in there, that second faceplate. And looks very similar. It looks basically the same as the other one, except his mouth went from this to that. That's the only difference there. So he looks even more surprised, like somebody walked in on him and, oh my gosh, he's got that going on. So not a huge fan of either of those face plates on this one. The hair is definitely nice. I don't know about the face on there. Now, he does got those scarves around there, got the rag around the neck as well. He's ready to go. He's ready to rock and roll, strut and stroll, and he's even got some handkerchiefs like a young Jeff Hardy back here. Is this where Jeff Hardy got this from? I don't know what's going on with that, but he's got those danglings there. He does got a denim jacket. No denim and leather. He couldn't pull that one off, but he does got a badge on his denim shirt here, or his denim jacket. A little badge there. Is that from Young Guns? Maybe. Who knows what he's up to? But man, I just, like I said, one of the big reasons I don't like Bon Jovi is all those songs from the 80s were on all the time, and they didn't resonate with me, so it was like, oh, I'm hoping for that next Metallica video. Are they going to play Faith No More? Maybe some Ozzy? And then you get a Bon Jovi, and you're like, oh, gosh, what are we doing? And then you can like, okay, I know I got about 3.5 minutes. I can go make a sandwich or something, and that's what you would do as a kid. If you weren't there, you weren't there, I guess. And maybe you were the kid saying, all right, they're playing Lay Me Down in a Bed of Roses, and you're all excited, and then Faith No More comes on, and it's like falling to pieces, and you're like, ah, guys, get me out of here. You're wrong if that's what you were doing, but you might have been. You know, you do what you do, I guess. Now, you do get no shirt on underneath here. You get an interesting Jon Bon Jovi. Could have used some real fur. That would have really taken this one to a next level. Unfortunately, not the case with that. We talked about the hands already. Does got a little bit of a belt going on and then some wild pants down here. Now, this looks like he went to the rug store at the mall. There's like the Oriental rug store. And he said, I want that rug, but in a plot twist, taking it to my tailor, and I'm going to make it into some pants. That's what it looks like here with the red, black, and gold attack. Got some red boots down there. Very fashion conscious on that one. Interesting look for old Bon Jovi. Now, his arms do go all the way around for us. You do get a single jointed elbow, very tight, almost ready to break. Do I break his arm off? No, I can't do that. Not even to Bon Jovi. Hands back and forth, side to side. Hands removable, back and forth, side to side. Face plates removable. Head, a little bit of movement, a little bit more movement than I would expect with that big hairdo. Now, you do get the hula hoop up top, plus traditional waist. Pretty good articulation for Bon Jovi. He can do these splits like a young David Lee Roth, and then he can go up for the leg like so. Single jointed knee, side to side if you need to. And then you get a boot cut, ankles back and forth, side to side. So pretty good in the articulation front for one Jon Bon Jovi right here. And he should fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Use code Kyle, save yourself 10%. I don't know. It's Bon Jovi. What is what it is. It's a scary figure. I never thought I'd have this in my collection. Got to thank Patreon member for sending this my way. I'm actually shocked it took this long because I was really hard on this figure out at the real estate or out in the field, I guess. Walmart, the Targets of the world. I'm like, who's going to buy that? Destined for clearance. And I believe he did get this on clearance and sent it my way as a joke. And I appreciate a good joke like that. And this is the perfect Halloween unboxing. The scariest thing we've ever unboxed on the channel. But now we can compare him to a real musician here, of course. And around here somewhere. Where is he? Oh, right in front of my face. How did I miss it? Super 7 Ultimate. Lemmy, of course, from Super 7. Got the Ultimate Lemmy. Fits right in with that one. Now, these two would never fit in together, as we do know, but Lemmy, a real musician that stood by his guns, no pun intended, did what he wanted to do, didn't make near the money Jon Bon Jovi did. Jon said, you know what? I see these middle-aged women. They love this. I'm going to change my style. I'm going to ebb and flow, and I'm going to sing to those ladies. Where Lemmy said, I'm just going to drink my Jack Daniels, and I'm going to do the Marlboro Reds, and that's all I'm going to do, and stayed that line. For good or for bad, depending what you think. I like Lemmy more. Obviously, I am very biased, but I'm sure somebody out here absolutely loves Bon Jovi. It is their favorite. They're so into this figure. Can't fault you for it. I can't fault you for it. You like what you like. You don't what you don't. For me, it's more of a funny joke. Ha, this one. Not sure what I'm going to do this in the collection. Maybe you'll join Todd and me on the set of the old Kyle Peterson show. Maybe that is what will happen. I'm not sure, but an okay figure for what it is. Putting the Bon Jovi bias aside, faceplates on this one, pretty rough. I gotta admit, very stoic and then very strange. Needs a little bit more personality, but it does look like an 80s rocker, and that isn't a bad scene there. So, Bon Jovi, I don't know any thumbs up here. It is what it is. That's what I'm going to leave it as. It's just a scary unboxing for the Halloween season. So there it is, Jon Bon Jovi. What's your thoughts on this one? Did you have to have this in your collection? Do you love Jon Bon Jovi? Are you a little runaway? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. And you know there's a lot of content. YouTube channel memberships as well. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. Conveniently enough, the name of my podcast, where Bon Jovi will never be on. It is the Kyle Peterson Show, available every Tuesday, where podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube. So for Jon Bon Jovi, I'm Kyle. Happy Halloween.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
See you later!